All right, John Oakes here with Hankster's Hot Rods, coming out of our Homer City showroom here in Pennsylvania. Today we have another addition to our inventory, and this is a real nice addition here. Ford Mustang 1968. It is a Restomod here. So we're going to go through everything, point out to you exactly why we consider it a Restomod. So typically it's just, it's your old car. It's got some upgrades as far as the drive line, as far as suspension and so forth like that. So again, you'll see from the front here, it's going to look just like your typical 68 Mustang. You've got your chrome bumpers. You've got your stock flat hood here. Now we do have this nice hood stripe on our hood here. Really sets the car off nice, even comes up onto the cowl here. And then in our hood, we do have the hood mount turn signals in here also. So that is the front section of the car. Of course, you can see we've got our bright wheellet moldings here, along with our rocker moldings. And then as far as wheels go, these are an upgrade. These are a 17-inch American Racing, kind of like a torque thrust style wheel. Looks like it's that traditional 5-spoke design, just in a 17-inch. Along with a set of Michelin. These are the Sport AS Plus tires, 225, 45 ZR17s on all four corners. In addition to that, again, a nice wheel because it can highlight the brakes that's on this car. These are 4-wheel disc brakes. So again, nice addition to the car to upgrade the braking system. You notice we've got the Mustang script emblem and 302 emblems on the front fenders. As far as the rest of bright work that's on this car, we've got mirrors. These are both driver and passenger side mirror, but only the driver side is the remote mirror so that you can adjust it from inside. Of course, the door handles are nice and bright. You see this is a convertible. We've got the top down to kind of highlight some things here. We're going to open our door up, just give you the full interior of the car here. Black interior, front bucket seats with headrests. We've got power windows on this car, all four, including your quarter panel windows there. You can see factory dash, but we do have aftermarket gauges. All new white face gauges are in there. This car has aftermarket air conditioning as well. You see the roll bar hoop behind the seats, and of course all the seat belts are all there, both front and back. And as far as weather stripping and seals, everything is in great shape as far as the interior goes and as far as all your windows go. We close it up, it shuts very nice here. Again, our gaps on the door here, both front and back, very nice here, adjusted real well there on this car. Again, the sides on this car are nice and straight. Paint is just as nice as you could ask for on this car. Looks real good, nice, smooth and shiny the whole way around. You can see our convertible top has that white parade boot on it there. It snaps on. You can take that off if you want. Put your top up, and it's a white top on this, I believe, too. Now you can see our trunk back here. Trunk gaps the whole way around. Very nice and tight on here. Your elevations with your quarter panel are nice too. As far as our trim work, the bright work here around the back end, pretty much flawless here. Nice and straight, polished up real nice. Chrome back bumper there as well, real nice. You look down below, you're going to see your backup lights here down in the lower valance. You see the dual exhaust poke through back here too. These are a set of chrome exhaust tips there. Real nice looking tips for on this car. Now we are going to go ahead and open up our trunk lid to show you inside. So let's do that now. So first you get to see that the trunk lock actually works. Hinges there and spring all work. It's holding that trunk lid up as it should. The underside of the trunk painted the same color as the exterior of the car. Inside the trunk, nice carpeted mat here. You've got the floor mats too in case you want those. A custom box in here for the stereo system that's in here. You can see 12-inch subs in there along with an amp also. So again, that's going to give you a good sound. We'll close this. Then we'll walk around the other side. Again, we look up the side of the vehicle and make sure everything's nice and straight, which it is on this vehicle. We've already talked about all of our bright work. So as we come up here, we'll just get to our door. Again, we'll check our gaps on this side now since we can see over here. and we can see that those are very uniform front to back. Elevations are dead on too, so the door's been adjusted very well. We'll open up our door on this side, take a peek from this side now, and again you can see the center console there. It is a 4-speed car. You've got the handbrake there in the center console, your power window controls. As far as the stereo goes, I briefly touched on just some of the components in the trunk, but it is a Pioneer touchscreen radio that's in this car. So again, real nice, nice interior, nice overall car here that we've got. Again, you'll see the passenger side mirror, a Fender mounted antenna, of course all the same emblems and so forth on this side. And you can also look and see your elevation on your hood there as we walk around. Again, hood's been adjusted very well on this car. So as we get back to the front, you're going to see our grille here all intact. There's nothing broke or cracked in it. Looks really good. Of course, your Mustang logo there right in the center. Beautifully chromed front bumper. And again, you see that hood stripe up over the top. And now you can see the gaps there the whole way around on that truck or on that hood. Again, everything looks very, very nicely adjusted on this car. So now we'll go ahead and go underneath the hood. Take a peek at what we've got under here. Again, we're painted the same color as the exterior of the car. Again, I mentioned that it's got those hood mounted turn signals. You can see those wired up right there, and they are functional. So now underneath here and inside our engine compartment, this is where we have our 302 cubic inch. This is a Windsor motor. Now, they did get very close to being correct on this, but it is an aftermarket, or not aftermarket, but it's just not the original numbers match motor for it. We've got, I believe, all the date codes and everything in our description, so you can check that out. But it is a 68 Windsor 302 motor. It's got the chrome air cleaner on it. Of course, we've got the cast aluminum valve covers there too. They've elected to keep with kind of a stock style distributor and coil on it. I believe this car had a Holley carburetor on it as well. You can see the aftermarket air conditioning compressor here also. Power brake car, power steering, power brake car, and again, as I mentioned, it is a 4-wheel disc brake car. Now this has an aluminum radiator, so that's going to cool everything a lot more efficiently for you. It's got a dual electric cooling fan on here too, so that makes it real nice. You don't have that big fan blade hanging off the front of your motor there. Chrome alternator also. You've got a set of ceramic coated Shorty style headers on this vehicle. Of course, those go into dual exhaust, and this has the Flowmaster mufflers on it. So again, you're going to have a good performing exhaust system on this car also. All right, we're underneath our 1968 Ford Mustang Convertible Restomod here, and we're going to continue to go through this car now on the underside, show you all the components that are here that make this a Restomod. Show you how well everything is put together here, and then we'll go from there. But starting with the front of our vehicle, we have a complete, this is an aftermarket front suspension kit. It starts with the cross member, so this is aftermarket, nice sturdy cross member here, and then it ends with all your arms and spindles and brakes and everything. So again, aftermarket front cross member here. It's a power rack and pinion steering car. We've got tubular upper and lower control arms, A-arms, top, bottom. You've got your coil springs and shocks. You've got a front sway bar here with the urethane bushings on it. And again, all of that, your urethane bushings are going to last you forever. But those are all in great shape. Your tie rods, all of those are in good shape. Ball joints also. And then out at the very end, you've got disc brakes on the front of this car. Now when we get to the back, you're going to see it's a 4-wheel disc brake car, and so we'll check that out when we get back there though. Now as far as the engine goes on this car, this is a 302 Windsor small block motor here. I think when we ran the date codes on this, it is a 1968 motor. I believe May is the month on that. Then behind that, we've got our aluminum bell housing here. We've got the flywheel cover. You've got a Toploader 4-speed manual transmission here. Again, your motor, transmission, all that all looks to be dry. As far as exhaust, we're just kind of walk back through it here as we go. So we've got Shorty style ceramic coated headers. We've got the dual exhaust, the crossover pipe. Then you see this is your structure here on the frame. All your convertibles have this little bit of extra bracing across here. Then you've got dual Flowmaster mufflers, so you know they'll perform well and sound good for you too. Tailpipes, and then chrome exhaust tips out the rear of the car. Now on the back for your suspension, we're going to start with first the rear end housing. This is an 8-inch Ford rear housing. It's a POSI unit in here, a 3:00 to 1 gear ratio. Now out here, again, I said we've got disc brakes on the rear of the car, tubular lower and upper control arms on the rear of the car as well, and we've got these adjustable coilover rear shocks here. So again, this is going to get your ride height setting where you want it to. It's going to give you a nice comfortable ride too with the adjustability of everything there. Fuel tank in here, it's just a stock fuel tank, but it looks to be new in great condition here. And again, the rear end, nice and dry. I don't see any leaks there. As far as our floors go, floors look to be in really good condition. I don't really see any patching of any kind here. Looks all solid. The frame looks solid here too. Again, back here you've got the dog legs that go up over. Those are nice and straight and square. Now as far as our pinch welds along the sides of the car here, pinch welds all look good and straight. They look real good, as a matter of fact. Rockers look nice and solid the whole way down the side on both sides. You've got all your little drain plugs, the rubber plugs here, the whole way throughout the underside of the car. And then with your rear drum brake kit, or disc brake kit, I should say, you do have the emergency brake option, and that is all hooked up there for you. So again, that's the underside of the car. Fuel lines are run real nice and neat along the sides here. Brake lines too. So again, everything looks great underneath here. The last and final piece to this is what this car rides on for wheels and tires. We've got 17-inch American Racing. They're chromed, I believe, aluminum wheels here that are on this car. And then we have a set of Michelin. These are the Sport AS Plus tires. All four are the same size. They're all 225/45 ZR17s, and the tread looks brand spanking new on these things. So that is the underside of our Mustang.